I expect you to obey them. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Keep it clean. I'll keep it fair. Touch them up. Best of luck.
First time fighting here in the U.S. A proud Finn, so he is Finnish. And he's taking on Gerald Washington.
Yes, that's how we could finish his opponents.
Yes, and
bada boom.
All right, so Washington, though, his last fight did not finish against Kovnatski, and he said he tried a new style, an inside kind of fight style that wasn't his game, and he's not going to do that here.
Yep, he said he was going to go back to his old fighting ways, and we're going to see what he's going to do right now. Strong jabs from Gerald, too.
Yeah, right now,
neither one of these guys are noted for their defense.
Yeah, the Nordic Nightmare right now is too straight up and down. A guy like Gerald Washington, he throws that right hand over the top. He can't miss him.
You're right about that. He can't.
I mean, these are two big guys.
Straight to the body, you jab to the body, shoot the right hand over the top.
Helenis at 6'7", 6'6" is Washington at 8. He has the reach advantage by about 3.5 inches. Washington, who played a tight end at USC for Pete Carroll, later got a shot in the NFL with the Seahawks in Buffalo. At age 30 came to boxing and said in boxing year, he's 37 now. He's still learning.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to feint and make Robert commit to something and then come over the top just like Ray said.
You know, another thing, Anthony, as you know as well, to use your experience. He's been in there. He fought. He's fought Adam Kovnatski,
Deontay
Wilder. You know, he sparred with Vladimir Klitschko. Use that experience. Use that against a guy like Hellenius, who's got a good record and who's a strong puncher. But use your experience. Jab up, jab down, jab to the body.
A good exchange between Washington and the Nordic Nightmare.
And he's doing what you said. He's jabbing up and he's jabbing down. He just got to come up with something. He's got to come over with that right hand. See if he can connect.
And as you see, he's only throwing one punch at a time. Jab to the head, jab to the, shoot a right hand to the body.
Well, Helenis went to training camp with Deontay Wilder some time ago.
No, but I'm more impressed that he's a serviceman. I'm more impressed that he's
about Washington.
Better.
Yeah.
Yes, Gerald Washington. He served our country
in the U.S. Navy.
Yes,
that's one of the reasons he said he never really, he was a fan of boxing, but kind of it was one of those things playing football. He played some tennis, kind of fell into it. Got a scholarship at USC and in football. Oh,
He said he wasn't a fan of football, and then he got into boxing because he tried it out or something like that.
When you think of, there aren't a lot of ex-football players that have had great success transitioning into boxing. Mark Gastineau comes to mind. Too Tall Jones.
Right. But who's my stablemate?
Oh, okay. That's what happened. That's why his career went south. Is that what happened? I kid, Ray. You know that. Oh, a good body shot right from Robert Hellenius. And a left that misses at the end of round one from Washington. Just talking about those who played football and made the transition into boxing. Going back to Charlie Powell and even Alonzo Highsmith. Highsmith with 23 knockouts. And Washington, who played mostly tight end and some defensive end at USC for Pete Carroll. At 6'6". Mark Sanchez was the quarterback during that time, and they were Rose Bowl champs beating Penn State back in 2008. Start of round two. We heard in the corner of the Nordic Nightmare saying you got to break him down, break down your opponent, knock him off his edge. Expound on that for me, Anthony.
Just hit him with something that means something and back him up, get his respect, and that I think Robert is trying to do that. Hellenius.
All right, and he got something in there on Washington.
Well, every time Hellenius throws a punch, he backs right back up. He doesn't stay there, so that gives Gerald the incentive to come forward, which he's doing. And that's what's going to give him the incentive to throw that right hand over top. And he's going to catch him because Hellenius drops that left hand when he steps back.
Yeah, this is his 31st. Go ahead, Anthony. His 31st pro fight. As I say, he told us he fought over 250 fights as an amateur.
Yeah, and Hellenius is using his reach and using his height on him. He's staying back. I think he's using some of Klitschko moves that he's staying back from.
Right. Very unorthodox, very awkward.
It is.
And he's only got an inch and a half height advantage.
But he's standing much taller.
Should that open something up for Washington?
Yeah, if I'm Gerald, I'm just focusing on the body. Keep that shin down and bang that body.
That's what you got to do. That's exactly what you got to do.
Don't worry about his shit.
The chin will follow. The body comes first, the chin will follow.
See the punches landed.
Chris, if you throw a jab to the head, if Gerald throws a jab, if you hit him or not, it distracts him, keeps him busy, and you shoot that right hand to the body. Then you stay tight, stay close. And let your hands go on the inside. He's got the faster hands. Use it.
Well, Washington said he wanted to establish a rhythm with his jab and go from there, but I haven't seen it yet.
But I'll tell you right now, what Gerald has to do is got to get that right hand up around his cheek. Right around his chin. Like an earmuff. Keep it up there. His right hand's too many. It's all over the place.
And Washington reaches longer than his, so it shouldn't be a reason that he can't get that jab established.
I mean, the one thing, he said he came to the game late from football. Washington did say he watched video of Lennox Lewis to learn skills that he was trying to model himself after. He's not close, but he needed something, some framework.
Well, you could find a better fighter.
Okay, again, a compliment to our colleague who you see on the Fox and pay-per-view broadcast at BBC, Lennox Lewis, the former undisputed champ. Inside of 20 seconds here in round 2, scheduled for 10. Kind of an interesting body shots from Hellenius. And a response from Washington that doesn't do any damage.
And that's how you know it hurt when you come back with your own body shot.
At the end of round 2, Hellenius may have grabbed an edge there. And we are back. Moments ago, looked like the headbutt, Washington's head going into the beard, the chin, Robert Hellenius. Appears to be okay. We heard in Hellenius' corner saying from his trainer he's respecting everything.
Definitely. I mean, and you got to. He's standing on the outside. Gerald is so frustrated that he can't even get in and get nothing started.
Round 3.
Look, if I'm Gerald, I use my athleticism. I use my speed. He's got good footwork. Hellenius hasn't got the best footwork. Use your speed, use your footwork, take angles on him, and bang that body. Start from downstairs to upstairs.
And like you said earlier, he needs to use his feints. He's not using them. He's just going in there and trying to hit.
Look at the stare from Hellenius.
There it is.
Good jab.
Stick it up there. Stick it up there. Bang that right in up downstairs.
He's got the longer reach. I don't even know why he's inside.
Yeah, it's at least a 3-inch advantage on that reach for Washington. Working the left is Hellenius. Backing up Washington. Answers with a shot.
A stiff jab. That's what he needs to do. Use them jabs and feints.
Look, Hellenius has got a good record. He's got a lot of knockouts. He can fight. He can fight a little bit. And plus, coming from the Nordic country, those are tough as they come over there. It's because the quality, the cold. I mean, it's just that area of the world. It's cold. It's frigid. It ain't like the world soft over there.
I remember the old Ingemar Johansson, but he was from Sweden. Swedish.
Sweden.
Okay, that was your.
Ingemar. He had thunder. He had that thunder in his right hand.
But there aren't a lot of Finnish fighters, and that's why he said his dad was a big Ali fan and started training him. And he became a fan of boxing and then turned it into a career. Went to Cuba, actually, but at the age of 18 to work on his craft.
That was interesting when he said that, yeah. See, he got that shit in there and got caught.
Washington got to
Right
him.
hand. And that's what he needs to do. He needs to lead with his jab, and then everything will follow after that jab.
And as you can see, he's trying to lean away out of the way of a punch instead of dropping his chin.
Washington landed a right to the head.
That can hurt him in the long run because you're not going to be as quick as you is early in the fight.
It looks like another headbutter.
Well, but because he's standing straight up, Chris. I mean, that ain't Gerald's fault. He's got his chin straight up in the air. You come underneath him. It's going to happen.
Oh, a little left there. Not sure of the impact by Helenis, but he got to the head of Washington, and now they clinch.
Break.
Nice little hook.
Body shot from Washington.
Good jab.
And at the end of the round, this was the left jab to the head by Washington. And we have gone through 3 rounds. Helenis responding well, though. And coming up here, live on FS1, Jamal, nicknamed Shango James, feels he's 1 or 2 more decisive wins away from his long-awaited shot at a world title in the talent-laden welterweight division. He'll be taking on Antonio DeMarco, the former champ. That's coming up live, scheduled for 10. Right now, we go to round 4 in the battle of heavyweights. Gerald Washington in the white and silver trunks against the Finnish fighter from Stockholm, Sweden, Robert Helenis.
I think Gerald at the end of that last round was getting a rhythm, and I still see it in this round.
That shot set.
That was that right hand we were talking about.
Yes,
right?
yes. Over the top of that lazy jab.
And he's standing straight up. He's going to get caught.
And it's not gonna change anything soon.
Off balance was Washington, though. He has to be careful here.
Just keep his composure. Keep jabbing to that body. Getting close enough. Shoot it over the top.
Gerald needs to feint a little bit more.
Yes.
Especially to get him off balance. He had him hurt. He needs to feint a little more, get him off balance, and then catch him with something big.
He just ran in.
Why? Yeah, Washington on the attack there.
Look, right now, just use your boxing ability, use your athleticism. You're gonna catch this guy. Because Helenis leans back. He don't slide. He don't slip to side. He doesn't roll underneath. He goes straight back. You're gonna catch him with the punch.
But he took that shot from Washington. It stunned him, but he...
Oh, absolutely, Chris. It's like chopping away, water on a rock. Eventually, it's going to go if you keep tapping it.
That means he's in shape, too, especially if you can stand up from something big like that. Your legs are in shape and you're in good condition.
Punches landed in favor of Helenis. In terms of jabs, he's landed more than Washington.
Now he's looking for that big overhand. Helenis is not going to let him get it. He got to, like I say, he got to feint him and then hit him with the big
There it is.
something different.
It seems like Washington's punches have had more of an impact, even though Helenis has landed more.
No, but yeah, they're sharper, they're crisper at this point.
It's been a close fight.
Watch that head.
But what Gerald has to do is, when he gets inside, let his hands go. He's letting Helenis tie him up, and he's trying to tie up Helenis. Let your hands go. Let the judges see who's trying to make a fight of it.
Looks like Washington sometimes is off balance.
There it is. There it is. Trying it, Anthony.
Took advantage of the reach.
And he came back with the left hook after that one.
Well, we got a tough Viking in there, you know what I mean? It's just tough as they come.
Misses from Helenis. Big uppercut.
Let go. Break. Let go. Let go.
4 rounds. Let's check in with Jordan Hardy.
Chris, thank you. Gerald Washington needs this win tonight to stay in the conversation of top heavyweights. He's lost 3 of his last 4 fights, but his heart hasn't grown fake, guys. He didn't turn pro until he was 30 years old, and now at 37, he's hoping for 3 more years. He said he doesn't feel old and takes care of his body, so he believes 40 is realistic. But this fight versus Hellenius is a fresh start for him so much he got rid of his nickname, El Gallo Negro, and added, we're going to see him box more, establish his jab, and not fight on the inside as much because he feels like that's where he's gotten caught and gotten in trouble. Chris?
And Jordan, you know that last round was Washington's best as he landed 14 punches. 8 of those were for power punching. And the right between the gloves of Hellenius.
Second go.
And there comes the left. So maybe we'll check with our unofficial score in a few moments, Marcos Villegas. But I mean, this is close. This is a close bout through nearly at the halfway point. And after Hellenius took maybe round 2 and 3, let's check in with Marcos now and get a gauge on how you're scoring this.
I have it 38-38. It's an even fight, like you mentioned. It's been really, really close. Round 1 and round 3 could have gone either way, with both fighters landing good quality punches. It seems that Gerald Washington had his best round that last round, so let's see if he can go ahead and keep up that momentum and start racking up points.
And then looking at, the punch stats, the percentages, Hellenius has landed more total punches. So that would fall in the category. Nearly almost 50% of his jabs have landed.
It's a close fight. Marco's got it even right now, but I think this Gerald Washington can certainly pull away.
Yeah, don't you get the feel that
there's nothing Hellenius can do at this point? Anything different? He got nothing different for him.
Definitely
the same stuff.
Definitely, he's coming in with the same exact punches. His chin is still high. If he gets caught with that punch later on, if it even goes that long, he's gonna go down.
Anthony, 2 or 3 more times, you're right. He's going to tap 2 or 3 more times. He gets tapped with that right hand, he's going to go.
It looked like Gerald just got momentarily stunned, especially off that strong jab that Hellenius had.
Gerald's a good athlete, very good athlete. But, he's got, he started the game late, so he hasn't had that long amateur career, or if he had any at all. So he doesn't really, understand how to keep it, to slide in, slide out. Take your time, break him down systematically.
Hellenius has 17 knockouts.
Oh, so he got his shin in there. Got caught. Gerald got to learn to keep that shin down.
And he got to Washington there. Washington has a dozen knockouts. Has been knocked out 3 times. That one landed on the head. At the head of Hellenius.
And both of them has their chin up in the air. Both of them are coming there with their chin up in the air. And they get hit with something big later on in the fight. They're not going to stand up to it because they're winded.
That's why I always say, Anthony, Chris, it ain't a crime to move your head once in a while. Not a crime.
Washington ducks, comes out of the corner.
See, stick that jab to the chin, even if you hit him, bang that right hand to the body.
You got that right.
Just keep banging the body. It's there all night. Oh, there it is. He heard me. He heard me.
Well, you're yelling it loud enough. He can't help it.
Let him go.
Body shots landed. So far, Washington really only has 3 that have had an impact.
And if Washington keep the pressure on him like this, Hellenius can't really fight going backwards. If he keep the pressure on him, he's going to win this fight.
So the body shots overall in this fight, keeping track of just about even. But in that round, Washington got more on Hellenius. The Nordic Nightmare against the former USC football player. There is Hellenius. We heard Anthony Durrell, Ray Mancini, Chris Myers ringside here. Nice to have you with us live on FS1 in the corner. Gerald Washington will edit out some of the verbiage, but what did you take from what he was being told? Rather?
I mean, just going in there and getting him out of there. His cornermen know he can do it, and that's what he got to believe in himself, that he can do it, and go in there and get this guy out of here.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. systematically. Keep that jab moving up and down. Bang that right hand to the body. Come back, left hook to the body, left hook to the head. Just keep doing it. It's basic. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, is Helenis more of the skilled fighter here, even though Washington is the more athletic of the two?
Exactly. Well, yes. Helenis is double tough. You know, because you've heard that term. He's double tough. You know, he's going to be there. You got to break him down. Look, you know, we were talking earlier about Charles Martin after he won that fight.
Right.
What would be next one? The winner of this fight.
That'd be a good matchup.
Winner fight, either one. It would be a good fight.
I mean, Helenis has the ability to turn a bad fight into a great result with one punch. I mean, he's...
Look, I seen Gerald
Washington.
Gerald Washington, by his corner. He sat down, breathing very heavily. So look, he's getting winded. And if Helenis can get his second win, start banging him with some big shots, you don't know what can happen.
These are two fighters, two heavyweights in their mid-30s.
Them are good jabs by Gerald.
Yeah, they've given us a good show here. It's a highly competitive. I mean, this is a very, very close fight.
It's an entertaining fight.
Yeah, you heard Marcos give his point of view. You never know what the three judges would angle they're seeing this from.
Ooh, he just missed with that right
and a
hand.
bloody nose. The left nostril area of Helenis is bloody
Like
a bit.
Gerald is cut over the right eye.
So each of these guys marked up.
There it is. Helenis good to see. There it again.
Yeah.
Keep pumping. See, now Gerald's getting bothered by the eye.
Yep. And them jabs is coming hard.
That's it, they are.
Yeah, that blood is dripping, and that right eye tearing up on Washington.
And he's messing with the two of his tail.
Yes,
Like exactly. Bothering.
Trying to wipe away the sweat, the blood. Letting your opponent know when you do that you're bothered by it.
Got to get through the next 55 seconds of round 6 before his corner can work on that. See if Helenis tries to take advantage. Blood on both fighters' faces.
And Gerald is looking a little winded right now. He's slowing down, especially from the last.
And he's supposed to be the better athlete.
And Chris and Anthony, you can see that Helenis now is getting his confidence level, and he's breaking down. You can see Gerald slowly depleting.
Backpedaling now, again, look a little off balance with Washington.
Helenis is getting his second win for sure.
Yeah, his awkward style has had an effect on Washington.
Telegraphic.
It's close. Maybe another round for Helenis.
Manny Pacquiao's a legend, but Keith Thurman's coming for him. He's hungry, dangerous, and he wants to make a statement.
Thurman on the attack, smart.
The very impressive Manny Pacquiao.
The global icon, the fighting senator. The fans are on their feet.
Pacquiao Thurman next Saturday at 9 Eastern, live on pay-per-view. Order now.
We're live here at the Armory, and they're working on that right eye that Anthony Durrell pointed out with Gerald Washington that was cut and starting to affect his vision against Robert Helenis. Helenis landed 65% of his jabs in that last round. And through the 6 rounds, overall, more than 50% of his jabs have landed.
And that's what he needs to do, especially now. He's caught his second win. He's going there. And if he's going to do it now, he needs to do it and get Gerald out of there.
And they worked on his nose, which was bloodied a bit after that last round. So here we are in round 7.
I mean, this is a good fight all around. Both guys are fighting. Both guys are punching. Both guys are bloody. Yeah, it's definitely a good fight.
And both guys are kind of have an unusual style, right? Not your typical
heavyweight fight.
Yeah, that's right.
Anthony, I don't know if you just noticed, when Gerald banged the right end of the body, Helenis finally dropped his elbow to block it. He hasn't done it all. He just dropped that elbow to block it. That's how you do it.
You know, I'm just surprised that Washington wasn't able earlier to deliver a, he stung Helenis that one time, but it just to deliver a powerful punch. when Hellenius seemed to have his guard down.
And that's because Hellenius had more experience than Gerald. You know, he can adapt to it. He can adjust to certain punches and not get hit.
And he stung Washington with that shot.
And damn sure did.
Hellenius had an extensive amateur career. He throws over 250 amateur fights, and he's starting to pick up the pace now. Now he's starting to do things he wasn't doing in the beginning. He's jabbing to the body. He's stabbing Gerald to his body, and Gerald is winded. He's breathing heavy.
Gerald needs to go to that body again and drop them hands and then come up top with something big.
Anthony, as you know as well as I do, especially on the big guy, you got to use a combination. 2 or 3 punches, get out of the way. Right now, both guys are doing 1 punch at a time.
Yeah, and the percentages of Washington's punches that have landed are very low compared to what Hellenius is doing.
Right, because he threw more punches, just landed less.
And maybe a reason you see the tiring. Inside, Hellenius takes advantage of a miss from Washington.
Hellenius now is starting to do things. He's down. He's using experience. He's sliding a little bit. He's getting closer. He's getting closer to Gerald. And then he's just moving back in time, making a punch miss, and he's countering. I always say, Chris, it's a game of inches and angles. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Make him just miss just enough so that you can touch him with something coming back.
Left hook by Gerald.
Yeah, Washington has not been able to take full advantage of his reach advantage.
Hellenius is a strong guy. You can see that. He's staying on. Now he's picking his hands up, blocking with the hands, staying closer than he was before.
He's sticking to his game plan. That's his game plan, is stay right there, use his jabs and right hand and counter punches, and he's doing that.
Yeah, he stands firm like a big oak tree.
Yeah, man.
When he took that shot from Washington early.
And this is what I'm talking about. He's bagging Washington up. And Washington needs to bag him up.
Washington's shaking his head, but now he's on the ropes, being pushed into the ropes. That is the end of round number 7. In Gerald Washington's corner.
Deep breath, baby. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Deep as you can make them. When you're using the jab, you understand me? Back to the head. Do you understand? It's there for you when you run it, but it can't be wide. It's got to be short and fast. You understand? Deep breath. Stay behind that jab and run that combination short and fast.
Okay? Enkla saker. Enkla saker. Men när du gör det, gör du ordentligt, okej?
All right, so you heard, I think that was Finish over in the corner of the Nordic Nightmare, and apologize if anyone was offended in Washington's corner, but I think they were very clear about what he has to do. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing for Washington to do it.
Definitely, I think Washington's just a little winded right here. He needs to get that second win. If he can get that, he can still win his fight.
The jabs have worked for Robert Hellenius.
But I just see that the confidence of Hellenius growing.
Yes.
Through rounds.
Yes, and Washington, it seems like it's fading the other way.
That's exactly why he's depleting.
Yeah, his corner was so emphatic, but it's a close fight. It's still up in the air. It's anybody's fight here.
Now look at Hellenius is staying closer. He's not moving back, and he's matching him jab for jab, and he's actually got the harder jab.
And he's stalking him down, what he's supposed to do.
See how he dropped that elbow again?
He did.
Should have done it earlier, but he's doing it.
But if he fakes the jab, if he fakes that right hand and come up top with it, he can catch it. Because he's dropping the elbow, like you said.
We have not had a knockdown in this fight.
But more than anything, and you can see it, Anthony, the confidence that Hellenius has gotten. You can see it. That Gerald Washington looks a little bit depleted at this point.
And he has the advantage of those punches landed we've been talking about in the last 2 rounds, unofficially, have gone to Hellenius.
And Gerald is looping his punches. That's why he's getting caught with the jab a lot. He's looping his punches. If he comes straight down the fight, he might can hit him with something, but he has to do that first.
Hellenius walking him down, coming forward now. Earlier in the fight, he was backing up, leaning back. Now he's coming forward, staying close to the pocket.
Absolutely right.
And I just saw Gerald Washington have a look of, like
frustration.
Just what's the word? You know, you see it on the fight. As another fighter, you see it. I hit a guy like that. I'm going to keep the pressure on him, and I can make him quit. His punches are dragging. He's dragging his punches. And when I say he's depleted, I'm talking about mentally,
he's
emotionally.
discouraged, basically.
Yes, exactly. Depleted of any thoughts of winning. He's slowly depleted.
Break. And he's not down big. He's not down big.
No, he's easy to turn
fight. It's a good fight. But you gotta believe. And he
just
hurt Helenis.
You just said it. Just said it.
Right. Hit him. You can't loop the punches with this guy. You gotta throw him straight.
No, he's hurt. He's still hurt.
Go to the body.
He's still hurt. Oh!
That's it. Punches.
He just said it.
Punches.
He ain't getting up. He ain't getting up. He ain't getting up.
Just called it out. Straight punch. He threw the straight right. He did what I told him to do, and he dropped him.
Like a big oak tree getting down to the floor. Washington nails the Nordic Nightmare.
It's just what his corner told him to do. Go in there and make it a short night. And he just did that.
And we hope a knockout in the 8th round. And we want to make sure as the medical staff tends to Robert Helenis. It was a powerful shot. Seemingly behind in this bout, Washington delivered the shot he needed.
And he was hurt, but it was just the fatigue really getting to him why he couldn't get up.
Talking about looping punches and tiring and slowing down. All needed was that one big punch. It looks like Helenis is getting up, which is an encouraging sign on a knockout win. Well, what a powerful right hand from Gerald Washington, who was behind on 2 of the 3 judges' scoring cards going into that 8th round when he delivered the right to finish off the Nordic Nightmare, who has awakened from the dream after this.
It was a straight right hand that did it. I called it out the previous round. It was a straight right hand. And another straight right hand that knocked him down.
You know, and I've been saying right before that he looked depleted physically and mentally, and he came back. That's the great thing about the sport, man. Turn it right around.
Another straight right. It's a straight right. It's not looping. It's straight down the pipe, and that's what he needed to do.
Yeah, that expression, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. I'm glad that Helenis is seemingly all right. They were able to get him up.
Yeah, I think it was more fatigue with Helenis
well, Washington
than hurt.
Delivered the shot, and now his 13th career knockout, his 20th professional win. Again, behind it, a lot of the statistical punch categories or punch stats, but had the biggest punch when it mattered most. To the ring and Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes, 32 seconds of the 8th round. For your winner by knockout, Gerald Washington.
Let's go.
Well, he said discipline from